Robert Elliott here. Want to give some tips on avoiding burnout. I've been talking to so many people this week, and everyone seems like they're fried, they're burnt out, they're exhausted, they're apathetic. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's the energy of the world right now, or the State of the Union, and all this stuff that comes up. Right? First it was COVID, then it was a recession, and then it was before that was the Ukraine war, and all this stuff going on. Right? Mortgage rates are increasing. The interest rates are increasing. So what I want you to do is to focus on being a human being versus a human doing, right? We're up so much in the rat race and in the minutia of crap we have to do every day that we never step back, or rarely step back and think, wow, do I even need to do this? Should I even be doing this? Is this helpful to do or not? So I want you to be able to step back and step away and take time and I avoid the BS of, I don't have time to step back. I don't have time to take a moment. I don't have time to meditate or think about my thinking, right? As Dan Sullivan says, think about your thinking. And if you don't have time, then you need this most. Because again, we're on a treadmill most times, 80% rule. 80% of things you do are not very effective. 20% of what you do will get you the results you want. So take a moment to stop and just be, and just think. Take a moment to sit and just be. Focus, see what comes up. Step back, even if you want to visualize, close your eyes and literally step back and float up, like pretend you got a rocket pack on your back, or a jet pack, or you have wings or something, or you're in your own spaceship, and float up and just look down at yourself from a third party perspective. Look down at yourself and watch yourself doing what you're doing. And why I'm like, am I running around? Am I stressed? Am I burnt out? Am I overwhelmed? And what am I doing that I need to stop doing? And just kind of step back, completely step back and have a look at yourself. Like, kind of, get a bird's eye view of yourself. Step back from yourself, step out of your body and watch yourself doing the doing, and think, how much of this is actually important? How much of this is actually getting me to my goals? How much of this is actually helping me and going to get me to where I want? Right? And if you're frequently exhausted, you're frequently burnt out, tired, apathetic, depressed, anxious, if you're stuck, demotivated, then you're burning yourself out, or you are burnt out. A lot of people are doing this lately, and a lot of people experience this, and we need to take time. And the whole, I don't have enough time, or I can't afford it, means you need to do it. You must do it, because that's why you can't afford it. If you can't afford to take time, you can't afford the time, the energy, the money to step back for a few moments or a few hours or even a few days, then it's exactly what you need to do. You need to find a way. You need to the minutia of life, you need to stop doing. You need to have maybe boundaries with people and avoid feeling bad. Have boundaries with people. If you have no boundaries, you're going to have chaos and you're going to have burnout. So have boundaries and make some strategic decisions. Take some time for you. Give yourself permission, my goodness, to have time for you and to put yourself first. Because as the saying goes, if you don't put your own oxygen mask on first on the plane, well, then how are you going to help anyone else put their mask on? How are you going to help anyone else if you're useless, you're burnt out, your health is fried, right? You're going to be useless. So avoid the I can't afford it, I don't have enough time, it's not the right time, I'm not ready, whatever that nonsense is, because it's just procrastinating and delaying on what you need to do. There's a tool, Google this, it's called the Stephen Covey quadrants. Stephen Covey had actually found this from Franklin Roosevelt. And it's a grid of 4 quadrants, and it goes, and you can rank all the things you need to do in your life. It's urgent and important, and it's not urgent and important. It's urgent and not important, which is usually other people's fires or their own lack of planning. They come to you with something that's on fire. And then the final column, the final space rather, quadrant, is not urgent and not important. Sometimes cleaning can go in there. Does it really need to be cleaned, or do you need to make customer calls, or do you need to have a tough talk? Do you need to take time for yourself? When I first did this, I think I went a month and a half without cleaning my condo, like deep cleaning. I mean, obviously I tidied up and kept it clean, but deep cleaning my condo, I think I went a month and a half, and I actually got stuff done. I actually achieved things, and I complete things. I made more money. I was more successful. I was less burnt out. I was more relaxed, and I was having fun. I was happy. So check this out, the Stephen Covey quadrants, because you can have a list of things to do that's complete. I mean, I have tons of lists. Like you can have a list that's completely unorganized. I have all these lists, right? But what I do with these lists, I put them in a central Covey quadrants grid. What is important? What is urgent? What's on fire? What do I need to do now? Then what's important that I want to get done so that it doesn't catch fire? What are other people's fires? Number three, like again, it's urgent but not important. Usually other people's fires. And what's not urgent and not important. Avoid doing it. And if you do, only do it when you have nothing better to do. You're totally relaxed. You're able to do it. Sometimes things will need to slip by the wayside. That's okay. You're gonna. I have some harsh news for you. You're gonna die with a list still to do. We're never gonna die without things that we still need to do in our life, right? You're gonna die with a list. We all are. So be okay with that. And if you get done the 20% of stuff that's important and that helps you achieve what you want, the 20% that gets you 80% of the results, that the rest of that stuff, the minutia, and sure, if you have time, get it done, or hire it out, hire assistants. That's super cheap these days to hire people, overseas, or people that are experts at doing something faster, better, and easier that you would otherwise have to do yourself, right? Find ways to barter, beg, trade, hire, exchange with other people, or just hire people on Upwork or freelancer.com or Fiverr with 2Rs.com. Find ways to step back, because if you're burnt out, you're useless. And if you're burnt out, that energy is out there. It'll affect your sales, your conversions, your raises, your promotions, your output, your outcome, your income, right? If you're burnt out, it's going to affect your income, your ability to produce results. So stop the I can't afford it. I don't have the time. I don't have enough time. Just find a way and drop something that's not important. Drop something that's useless. Drop everything if you have to and take care of yourself, because nothing is more important than your mental and physical, emotional, and I would even say spiritual health. So until next time, these are some of the top ways to avoid burnout. You want to learn more, you can go to unleashyourpower.com, shoot me an email, james@unleashyourpower.com. If you found this interesting, have any more questions, happy to be of service. Love doing this. Hope this has been interesting. Take time for you. Take some time for you tomorrow or the day after, even today. Take some time for you, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, just to stop and just to be, to do nothing. Phone off, computer off, alerts off, 5-10 minutes even, everything off, just to sit and be and do nothing. I think that will make a big difference in your life. And that will get you being able to take more and more time, bigger and bigger steps, bigger time blocks. And you may just find that you love it. That way, you block off other things, other time, and stop more useless stuff and start taking time for you. Because when you're more centered, grounded, when you're more present, when you're more rested and rejuvenated, everything is better, faster, easier. So again, if you don't have enough time, you never have enough time or energy, and there's too much stuff you can never get done, then step back, because you're more effective when you're rested. Step back, you get more done in less time, and you'll enjoy it too. Till next time, I'm James Robert Elliott. Go have your best day ever. And feel free to check out the free link to my new course. It's free for the next couple of weeks. It's called The 7 Power Tools to Success, How to Build an Unstoppable Character. That'll be down in the description or the comments for this post as well.